Welcome back, second graders. So today we're going to be working on Eureka Module 4, Lesson 19. And so let's go ahead and get started. Our objective today is we are going to relate manipulative representations to a written method. And what that means is that we are going to be composing 2 times like we did during our last lesson, but we're going to show you how to write it in the algorithms. So that way, every time you guys do this, you don't have to write a place value chart. Okay, so things to remember. Remember, the sum is the answer to an addition problem. We're going to be adding a lot today, so you're going to need to know that the answer to an addition problem is the sum. And then we have a bundle of 10, and that is equal to 10 ones. So 1 big is equal to 10 littles. And that also works when you have 100. There's 10 tens, and they make 100. And the main thing to remember is that 10 littles equals the next big. So let's go ahead and review this. How do we know when to bundle? Well, remember, we bundle when we have, which one is it? 1, 10, or 100? We bundle when we have a 10. 10 is that magic number that we're looking for. So let's go ahead and get started with our concept development. Okay, so our first problem is 54 plus 68. So I'm going to go ahead and use my hundreds, tens, and ones chart. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my first number, 54. That's 5 tens and 4 ones. So let's go ahead and look at our second number, 68. That is 6 tens and 8 ones. So now, remember, we have to write our problem vertically. That means we need to write it up and down because it's a little easier to work with that way. So let's go ahead and write it. Do you see how it lines up nice and straight? I have my ones together and my tens together. So we're ready to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our ones. How many ones do I have? I have 4 on top and then 5 more and then 3 more. So I have 12 ones all together. So you have to ask yourself, can I make a new bundle? Well, if I have more than 10, I can make a new bundle. So let's go ahead and bundle up our ones together. And remember, what are we going to do with our new bundle? We're going to make a new group of 10 and send it right there. So let's go ahead and get rid of our ones. And there's our new 10. So how many ones do I have left now? I have 2 ones left now. So let me go ahead and show you how you're going to write it right here in our algorithm. So I have 4 plus 8, which is what we did already. And we know that the answer is 2 ones and 1 10. So when I write my answer, I'm going to put the 2 ones there. But what am I going to do with the 10? Remember, I write it on the line and I put my new group below. And some people write it here on the top, and that's totally fine. So whichever way you have it is good. But we write it right here in our new group below, and the reason why is because we don't want you to forget to add it. So now that I have my 2 ones and my 1 10, we're ready to move on to the tens. So let's go ahead and count up our tens. I have 5, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 tens. So let's ask ourselves that question again. Can we make a new bundle? And the answer is yes, we can make a new bundle. So we're going to make a new bundle and it's going to go right there in the hundreds. So let's do that. And we have our new 100. So what do we have left? I have 2 tens left and then I have 100 left. So how would I write that? Well, for this situation, we don't have any hundreds here. So what we would do is we'd line up the tens. Then we would put our new 100 in our hundreds place right here. So let's go ahead and write down 100 and 2 tens. And there's our answer, 122. And if I'm going to write it in expanded form, it's 100 plus 20 plus 2, and that is equal to 122. Okay, my next problem is 115 plus 85. So I have my hundreds, tens, and ones, and now I have 115 plus 85. So I'm going to make my first number, 100, 110, and 5 ones. Now let's make our second number, 85. That is 8 tens and 5 ones. So remember, our first step is we've got to look at our ones place. I have 5 ones and 5 ones. We have to ask ourselves, can we make a new bundle? Well, if I have 10 ones, yes, I can make a new bundle. And what do we do with our new bundle? We send it over. So let's go ahead and send our bundle of 10 over and make a new 10. So now that I've done that, how many ones do I have left? I have 0 ones, and I have a new 10. So how do we write that in our algorithm? Well, I have 5 plus 5, and I have 0 in my ones, so I'm going to write the 0 in my ones. And then I have a new group of 10, so I'm going to put my new group below, right there on the line. And there it is. So now I'm ready to look at my tens. Let's see how many I have. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I have 10 tens. So what am I going to do with 10 tens? Remember, we have to ask ourselves, is it time to bundle? And the answer is yes, it is time to bundle. We're going to bundle up our littles and make a big, and that big is 100. So let's go ahead and send it over. Now, how am I going to write that? Well, I know that I have 0 tens left, so I'm going to put 0 tens right here. And then since I made a new group of 100, I'm going to put my new group below. And there we go. Now we're ready to add our hundreds. How many hundreds do I have? I have 1 plus 1, so I have 2 hundreds. And my answer is 200. So 115 plus 85 is equal to 200. And this problem had a double bundle, 2 bundles. And let's go ahead and look at our answer here. 185 is equal to 200. Okay, now we're moving on to the application problem. This is a story problem, and we're going to use the RDW method. So this means read, draw, and write. So let's go ahead and look at the problem. There are 35 note cards in one box. There are 67 note cards in another box. How many note cards are there in all? So let's go ahead and take a look at some tape diagrams. Which one am I going to use to solve this problem? Do I have 2 parts and I need to find the whole? Or do I have part and the whole and I need to find the other part? Well, let's read it again. It says there are 35 note cards in one box and 67 note cards in another box. You need to find how many are there all together. So we need to find the whole. So that means that we're going to be using this tape diagram right here. So let's go ahead and get rid of that other diagram and let's get started. So I'm going to make my hundreds, tens, and ones chart. And here's my problem, 35 plus 67. I'm going to put my first number in, and that is 3 tens and 5 ones. And then I have 6 tens and 7 ones. So now let's go ahead and write it vertically, and we have 35 plus 67. So when we look at our ones, we can see that we have 12 ones left. Now let's go ahead and put it into our algorithm. Remember, I have 5 plus 7, and when I have 12 ones, I need to make a new group and make a 10. So there's my new 10. So when I write it in my algorithm, I'm going to write 2 ones, and then I'm going to write my new group below. And there it is. So I have 1 10 and 2 ones, and here it is, 1 10 and 2 ones. Now let's look at my tens. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 tens. So when I look at my 10 tens, what am I going to do with that? I have to make a new group. So let's go ahead and do that. And I have 100. So how many tens do I have left? I have 0 tens left. And how many hundreds do I have? Now I have 100. Now I don't need to add anything else for my hundreds because there's no hundreds to add. So when I write my answer, I can just simply put it down like that. So it has to match. You can see I have 100, 0 tens, and 2 ones. And that's it. So you can see that 35 plus 67 is equal to 102. So there are 102 note cards in all. And yes, this problem was a double bundle. So that's it for our lesson today. Nice and short. It's kind of review of what we've done in the past, but this time we have two compositions, so we have to remember to bundle twice. So let's go ahead and look at some practice problems in Seesaw. Okay, this is what our problems look like in Seesaw today. Your first one is 72 plus 19. So what I want you to do is I want you to use your Seesaw tools here. You can use the pen or the pencil. I like to use the magic pen. And remember to click on the smallest setting because that's the easiest one to use. And I'm going to look at my ones, 2 plus 9. Well, remember, I'm going to look for that bundle. And I know that I have a group of 10 here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that, and then I'm going to change my color to black. Now you don't have to do this. You can leave it whatever color you want, but I'm going to change my color right there so I know that I have a new bundle of 10. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cross this off, and I'm going to write a 1 here because I have 1 left. Now let's look at my 10s. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 ones left. So do I need to make a double bundle? There's no double bundle here, so I'm going to click my move tool and I'm going to type 91, and then I'm done. Now the next problem I want you to do all on your own, 28 plus 91. Remember to make that group of 10 if you guys need to, and that's it. So this one says double bundle, but it's actually not a double bundle problem. So go ahead and try your best and let me know how it goes. And that's it. We'll see you later. Bye.